Okay, good afternoon. I encourage everyone to please take a seat as this afternoon's presentation will get underway in about 5 minutes as our platform party gets ready. So please find a seat and we'll get underway shortly.
For as long as there have been residents of the prairies, this land has been a place of people coming together to live, learn, and grow. Our roots are tied to innovation, aspiration, and community. We remain grounded as we shift with the wind, for we know that change is the only constant. That tomorrow isn't a day away, it is already here. And that the best way to learn is by doing. So like the wind and water that have carved this land, we are shaping the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and doers. Just look around. We know something about making a mark, about digging deep and rising up. We know success is not by chance. It takes perseverance, determination, grit. It isn't always easy, but we are a community committed to one another. We are industry professionals pushing for nothing less than excellence. We are researchers answering tomorrow's questions with innovative solutions. We are the workforce that will rise to the challenge, changing our world one critical moment at a time. Because when what happens next matters most, we are ready. Ready to inspire, ready to make a difference, ready for what's next. At Lethbridge College, we're ready. Are you?
Could everyone please rise for the procession and remain standing until the platform party is in place?
You ready? Okay, please be seated. Adamasistigo, Nutanako Ponoka Itsawaki. Hello, good afternoon. That is my Blackfoot name gifted to me by Peter Weasel Moxon, who was unable to attend this afternoon, but I thank him. My name is Dr. Samantha Lindsay. I'm the Provost and Vice President Academic here at Lethbridge College. And it is my honor to welcome you for the installation of Dr. Brad Donaldson as the 9th President and CEO of Lethbridge College. On behalf of all of us here, we want to acknowledge that Lethbridge College is located on the traditional lands of the Blackfoot Confederacy, and we are committed to honoring that land from a place of knowing. We acknowledge the elders past, present, and emerging as traditional knowledge keepers and educators of these lands. And we welcome all First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and non-Indigenous peoples who call Blackfoot territory their home. To everyone gathered here in this room today, and to those who are viewing online, welcome. This is truly a celebration, a chance for us to reflect on 65 years of Lethbridge College's history, while looking forward to a very bright future with Dr. Donaldson's leadership. While Brad has been officially installed as president, he will be officially installed as president today. He's been on campus for about 6 weeks, and he has taken lots of steps to get to know a lot of people, and we know that this connection will just grow and grow as time goes on. Lethbridge College is a leader in Alberta's post-secondary sector, and I look forward to Brad guiding us into our next chapter. At this point, I'm pleased to introduce our platform guests. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Platform party, I ask you to stand when your name is announced and remain standing until I tell you to sit down. The first person you can clap for, I will introduce Dr. Brad Donaldson, our President and CEO. Now you can hold your applause. Christine Cassie, Vice Chair, Lethbridge College Board of Governors. Also from the Board of Governors, AUPE Representative Emery Haché and Student Representative Sarah Harland. From our Executive Leadership Team, Corrine Roth, Vice President, Business and People Services. Dr. Kenny Korskaden, Vice President, Research and Partnerships. Tracy Holt, Chief Financial Officer. Our visiting elected officials, Nathan Newdorf, MLA, Lethbridge East. His Worship Blaine Hagan, Mayor of Lethbridge. Councillor Jen Schmidt-Rempel, City of Lethbridge. From our Lethbridge College community, Betty Ann Littlewolf. Dave English, President, Lethbridge College Faculty Association. Nikki Jensen, Vice President of Operations and Finance, Lethbridge College Students Association. And our invited guests, Dr. Michael Mann. Sorry, I'm just calling him Mike. Dr. Michael Mann, President and Vice Chancellor, University of Lethbridge. Dr. Gord Nixon, retired Vice President, Academic SAIT. And George Rhodes, Associate Dean, School of Manufacturing and Automation, SAIT. I am happy to present you the platform party. We also have some very special guests in our front row here. We have Brad's wife, Gail, daughters, Kylene and Krista. Give us a wave. Over there. Welcome. And guests and many community partners on our leadership team and people from across our college. So thank you for joining us today. We're also lucky to have incredible leaders who help guide us here from Blackfoot territory. To offer a welcome and blessings to Dr. Donaldson, please welcome our Blackfoot grandmother, Betty Ann Littlewolf.
My name is Betty Ann Littlewolf. I'm from Piikani. I am very honored to be here today. It's a beautiful event that we've got today, and it makes me very humble to be here, standing here in front of you and welcoming you all. Something I never thought I would ever do, but thank you. I'm going to say my prayer in my language, and what I'm going to ask for is for many blessings for you all, for the blessings for our new president, and also for the college itself, so that no sickness or hardships or anything enter this building. Ai stebat biop. Hayo napi natusi. Trada gochatis da pinska tenana no hakristikoi. Kanakristiko seni tamatusi manan. Dachsokitu ta wokamenstumani no kosenanix. Stebat biop itaskni maatstokioperk. No kekskaps to Tumosa. Wokinix utawa with chippies back. Ni tunохати ikimatusa. Ni tapaka koma pinnoh kaksistikoi tumhtamuoh pinnan. Ai ikimi piau nohkani nitsinä minnan. Ai osti päätä piop nohkitu tapuit. Akohkana sukapi. Nituhkanohsiskoajau I tami päätä piisin, sukse päätä piisin kamutaan.
Thank you, Anana Pitsaki. Lethbridge College is proud to be a leader in Alberta's post-secondary sector, and I know Dr. Donaldson is looking forward to continuing to build those relationships across the province. The Honourable Demetrius Nicolaides, Minister of Advanced Ed, had wished to be here today but was unable to make it. However, he did take time to share his wishes, so please direct your attention to our screens for his message.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Demetrius Nicolaides, Alberta's Minister of Advanced Education. I'm really sorry that I can't be there in person with all of you today, but it's my pleasure to bring my remarks for this important event. Lethbridge College is a critical part of our post-secondary system in Alberta. It was the first publicly funded community college, not just in Alberta, but in all of Canada. And now, for the 9th year in a row, Lethbridge College has received the top designation for its financial reporting from the Office of the Auditor General. It's no surprise that Lethbridge College has been at the forefront of preparing Albertans for jobs in dozens of different fields for over 65 incredible years. I'm truly looking forward to the college's continued success. Dr. Donaldson is no stranger to academics in Alberta. For the last 17 years, he has led numerous positions in various post-secondary institutions across the province. He's held senior leadership positions at SAIT, Red Deer College, now Red Deer Polytechnic, and as well right here at Lethbridge College. He now brings all of these experiences to help lead Lethbridge College. Dr. Donaldson's educational experience, along with his extensive business skills and leadership experience, promise many great things for the college and the community in the years ahead. Indeed, Alberta's post-secondary system is fortunate to have your passion and expertise. In closing, Dr. Donaldson, on behalf of Alberta's government, I'm truly pleased to offer you my very best wishes as you undertake this new role as President and Chief Executive Officer of Lethbridge College. I'm confident you will do the institution, the region, and all of Alberta proud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. We're fortunate to have our local provincial representative, someone with very strong ties to the college, may have actually helped to build parts of it. Please help me welcome Lethbridge East MLA and alumni of our carpentry apprenticeship program, Nathan Newdorf.
Thank you, Samantha. Oki. I'd just like to acknowledge and thank our First Nations and Métis people for allowing us to share the land with them today. A few years ago, it was my privilege to take part in an event where we set up a teepee. We sat beside the fire, ate some traditional foods, and listened to elders share their stories, slept in the teepee, and then walked some of the lands with those people the next day. And I shared that story because I think it ties into what we're doing here today. And you learn from people when you take the time to sit with them and walk with them. And I would invite each of you to walk the halls of this college. Go to Founders Square, read the stories that are on the walls there and the artifacts that are carefully stored. Go through the new trades building and see what's being done there, the work that's being taught. There's many buildings, there's lots of rooms and corridors, there's teachers and professors and students and so many staff that are dedicating their lives to making this the place that it has become. And the reason I share all of that for Dr. Donaldson is that he'll be soon doing that nearly every day. And it will be his job to tie the past with the future. I think we have an incredible past. You heard from the Minister of Advanced Education sharing some of that past just moments ago. But we also have an incredible future. So I thank each and every one of you for coming out today to make this event special. And I thank the board, especially, for their work in vetting the candidates and finding Dr. Donaldson to be the new president. I know that he went through many rigorous interviews, and he brings his experience, his intellect, and most importantly, I think, his heart to see this institution become the best it can be in the future. So on behalf of myself and the province of Alberta, thank you, each one of you, and thank you, Dr. Donaldson. Take care.
Thanks, Nathan. The process to select Lethbridge College's president and CEO is led by our Board of Governors. The board chair, Mike Marcotte, was unfortunately unable to attend today. However, he wanted to share his excitement, so I ask you once again to have a look at our screens.
Oki, this is an incredibly significant day in Lethbridge College's history. I'm sorry I'm not able to be there in person, but I'm thankful for the opportunity to share my excitement as we install Dr. Brad Donaldson as Lethbridge College's 9th President and CEO. On behalf of the college's Board of Governors, I welcome Dr. Donaldson to our community. He's the right leader to build on the great work happening at Lethbridge College, and we look forward to him guiding us into the next chapter of our story. As a board and a selection committee, we took our responsibility seriously to find a president who matches what our college, city, and region value. We asked our students, employees, and alumni for their input. We spoke to our external partners and community members from Lethbridge and across southern Alberta, and we had important conversations with local Indigenous communities and elders. We listened to what our community had to say, and we are fortunate we have found a leader in Dr. Donaldson who matches those values. Brad will lead by example in setting the tone for culture and organizational leadership. He's committed to working with Indigenous communities on equity, diversity, and inclusion initiatives. He has strong leadership qualities and cultivates lasting relationships. Brad will build partnerships and enhance Lethbridge College's standing in the broader community, and he has a track record of academic leadership. In just a few short weeks, Dr. Brad Donaldson has already made a mark on this community. I and the Board of Governors are excited to see what happens next, as we know that matters most. Thank you, Brad, for choosing Lethbridge College for the next step in your professional journey. Our entire community looks forward to your leadership.
Thanks, Mike. And of course, our primary focus here at Lethbridge College is always the success of our students. To bring a welcome on behalf of our students, I'm very pleased to call to the podium our General Arts and Sciences student and a member of our college's Board of Governors, Sarah Harlan.
Thank you for the introduction, Dr. Lindsay. On behalf of Lethbridge College students, it is my honor and pleasure to congratulate you, Dr. Donaldson, on being named the 9th President and CEO of Lethbridge College. I am pleased to be spending my first year as a student representative on the Board of Governors. It is important for me to share what I have learned during my time in post-secondary, for I have had an interesting journey that has brought me to this point, as I am both an alumni and a current student at Lethbridge College. In 2012, I earned my Journeyman and Red Seal in Culinary Arts. And then in 2020, I earned my Certificate in Early Childhood Education, and I'm currently enrolled in the General Arts and Sciences of Psychology and Sociology. These experiences have taught me that no two students' paths are the same. Every program is different. Students are unique, for everyone brings their own life and experiences into their education. I look forward to Dr. Donaldson leading an institution that continues to foster individual pathways, an institution that focuses on equity, diversity, and inclusion to all staff, students, and community members. A college that provides resources and safe spaces that gives every student the opportunity to succeed along with their own individual path. I know how tough it is for a student with challenges, be they learning or physical. I have been where they are, and I have been able to succeed and thrive here at Lethbridge College in many ways that I did not believe possible. As our new president, I encourage you to continue to put students first and ensure that those who follow me through these doors of academia find the same opportunities and supports that I have found over the years. I wish you the very best as you embark on your own adventure and look forward to seeing you in your leadership and in action. Congratulations, Dr. Donaldson, on your installation. And on behalf of the students, I just want to say, Oki, bienvenue, and welcome to Lethbridge College.
Thank you, Sarah, so much. It's always nice when we hear our students speak. The next stage of our celebration carries on a tradition at our institution, with meaningful symbols grounded in this community and our rich history leading and transforming education in Alberta. Dr. Donaldson, will you please come forward for your investiture? Just sit out there for a minute. Let me start by telling you a little bit about the presidential robe Dr. Donaldson will be presented. First introduced in 2013, the college's presidential robe is worn by Brad today and going forward at all ceremonial events when representing Lethbridge College. The robe is designed in the college's colors, the blue of the prairie sky and the green of the coulees, of the land we all call home. I'd now like to invite Sarah back up, student representative on our board, to assist me in hooding Dr. Donaldson.
Just talk among yourselves.
Perfect. At this time, I'd like to ask our board vice chair, Christine Cassidy, to please come forward and lead Dr. Donaldson through the oath of office and to present the Lethbridge College Presidential Medallion. The oath of office was developed in 2013 and written specifically for our President and Chief Executive Officer. It was based on input received through representatives from our various employee groups, our students, our College Leadership Council, and our Board of Governors. Christine.
Dr. Brad Donaldson, you have now formally assumed the function and the office of President and Chief Executive Officer of Lethbridge College. On behalf of the Lethbridge College Board of Governors, I charge you to keep and preserve well and faithfully the mission and vision of the college and to promote the college's well-being and that of its students and staff to the best of your ability.
I, Dr. Brad Donaldson, promise to keep, preserve, and foster the goals and growth of Lethbridge College, and with the help of others, to inspire learning and innovation among our students, our staff, and our communities. I promise to facilitate and nurture the partnerships and collaboration that are essential to our work, and I will strive to keep
to create opportunities for the college community to continue to lead and transform education. Together, we will achieve our objectives by building on our strengths and supporting our highest tradition of educational excellence, satisfying the diverse needs of the communities we serve.
By resolution of the Board of Governors, I do hereby affirm installation of you, Dr. Brad Donaldson, as President and Chief Executive Officer of Lethbridge College, with all the rights, privileges, authorities, and responsibilities of that office. Even as you are invested with the robes of your office, may you also be invested with the strength and power to discharge the duties of President and Chief Executive Officer, leading Lethbridge College on its path to lead and transform education in Alberta.
All right, thank you, Christine and Brad. Sarah, you can return to your seat. And finally, I would ask Christine to please present the Lethbridge College's presidential medallion to Brad. The medallion carries the college's crest and is a symbol not only of the rich tradition Lethbridge College carries of education and community partnerships, of innovation and excellence, but also the courage and determination of Lethbridge College to move forward to be a leader in post-secondary in the province of Alberta. Christine? Oh, wait. All right, you clapped too soon. It's my honor to present Dr. Brad Donaldson, Lethbridge College's 9th President and CEO. It is now my pleasure to invite my old boss, Dr. Gord Nixon, who is happily retired, I think he wrote that, but was previously the Vice President Academic at SAIT in Calgary, to the podium to share a few words with us about our President and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Brad Donaldson. Dr. Nixon has known Brad personally and professionally for years, and we are grateful that he could travel here today. Gord.
I'm pleased to be here this afternoon to provide some introductory remarks to Dr. Brad Donaldson. I first met Brad in the spring of 2005 when he applied for and was hired to the position of Dean of Manufacturing and Automation at the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology. It was a controversial hire for a couple of reasons. Number one, he was from Ontario. And number two, he had no previous academic experience. However, three qualities that stood out to me from that interview were Brad's strong leadership skills, his passion for learning, and his outstanding communication skills. Brad quickly became immersed in the academic environment, and to get connected with students, he taught one course a semester, something which is quite unique in the culture because deans are extremely busy people. Not surprisingly, Brad's students' evaluations were outstanding. In 2007, I wrote a reference letter for Brad to attend a leadership program at Harvard University. I recently reviewed that letter. I wrote in it that Brad is a very strategic thinker with strong business skills. His other strengths include his work ethic, his loyalty, his willingness to challenge the status quo, and his ability to get things done no matter what obstacles are placed in front of him. A few years later, encouraging Brad to enroll in a doctoral program to further his career opportunities, in 2011, I wrote another reference letter for him to the University of Calgary supporting his application. In that letter, I wrote that after working with him for 6 years, that I observed he was very creative and innovative. He was a faculty-oriented dean whose priorities were always supporting student success. Recent research on academic leadership in this changing environment of higher education identified a number of characteristics for successful college presidents, including being learner-centered, a team builder, possessing entrepreneurial skills, and having relevant experience. Brad checks every one of those boxes. Having known and worked with Brad for the last 17 years, I have no hesitation in stating Brad will follow the Lethbridge College's tradition of strong presidential leadership and look forward to watching how the college thrives under his leadership. It's my pleasure to introduce Lethbridge College's 9th president and CEO, Dr. Brad Donaldson.
Oki Osiki Gamapio, and I really hope I said that properly. Thank you, honored guests, family and friends, and colleagues. I am very thankful for all of your support. I am so pleased that you can be here today as we gather on traditional Blackfoot territory. Many thanks to Betty Ann for her prayer, welcome, and guidance since I arrived at the college. Thank you, Dr. Lency, for leading today's ceremony. Thanks to Minister Nicolaitis, Emily Neudorf, Mike Marcotte, and Sarah Harlan for their kind words. Thank you, Christine Cassie, for leading my installation. I owe a special thank you to Dr. Gord Nixon, and I am honored that he could be here today. As he's talked about quite some time ago, he brought me to SAIT and the foreign land of Alberta and the post-secondary world. He saw in me the potential to be a leader in that world and guided me in my development. In reflection, coming to the post-secondary sector was a true inflection point as my development as a leader, but more importantly as a person. It was chastening as an engineer to come to the realizations that not all problems could be solved with spreadsheets. Those who know me know that given a chance between spreadsheets and words, I tend to lean towards spreadsheets nearly every time, but you'll probably be thankful to know today that I'm only going to use words. I am definitely humbled, honored, and most thankful to be chosen as the 9th president and CEO of this fantastic institution. It's a responsibility I do not take lightly and pledge to serve our students, our employees, and our community to the best of our ability. I am grateful that my wife Gail and daughters Kylene and Krista are here today. Now, Kylene arrived last night from vacation in Europe, so if she nods off, I will attribute it to that and not my talk. I would not be here today, though, without their love, support, and encouragement, not to mention dragging them from almost coast to coast across this country to enable my career progression and learning journey. I've had the good fortune of traveling to many parts of the world. Whenever I go somewhere new, I feel the essence and the culture of those places as soon as I arrive. While Lethbridge is not exactly a foreign place, it is new to me. Lethbridge College and the city have been so welcoming. I felt it as soon as I arrived, and every person I have met has been warm and engaging. That speaks to the incredible culture here, one that I am so happy to be living in. Lethbridge College has a proud and strong history of enabling the growth and development of the many stakeholders that it serves, the students, its employees, and the social and economic communities. This is what post-secondary is all about, to help everyone to achieve their aspirations, to unlock the potential that we all have, whether we know it or not. I'd like to tell you a story of a boy and a girl. The boy found school to be occasionally enriching but routine, and a means to an end, to graduate and move on. He applied himself to subjects he liked and sufficiently well enough in areas he did to progress. The same for university, completing bachelor and master's degrees. He navigated through his studies in a very transactional way, generally more interested in receiving the credential than the learning. He had a focused mind, but a flickering heart. He also achieved a doctorate degree, but during that journey, things were changing. The journey had become as important as the completion, actually more so. The heart was awakened where the learning was brought to life to reshape the boy. Now the girl had a little different journey. Learning was a challenge. Success was elusive and difficult. A photograph of her in kindergarten showed her trying to crawl away from the circle of students listening to the teacher. Learning was feared. Escape was safety. The mind wasn't ready. But she persevered, often with tears of frustration. She grounded out, and with support from some amazing teachers, She even achieved the Most Improved Student Award in grade 6. The challenges, though, continued through high school, where she survived enough to graduate. Then what? Uncertain of her path to her future, a few roads were traveled, some with frustrating disappointments. But she pushed on to find the right road, completing a diploma and then a degree. So how was that? Her ever-blazing heart came to ignite her mind. Through her long learning journey, it kept her drive alive as the hidden strength of her mind emerged. Her heart and mind were powerfully united. Her intelligence and capability shone. She is now a successful and wonderful young woman, forging her way ahead with personality and purpose. So how do I know this story? Because it's not just a story, it's real. The boy is me. The girl is my youngest daughter, Krista. We all have different journeys, but underlying it all is heart and mind of equal value. Both must be nourished, encouraged, and supported. In these types of addresses, quotes from respected leaders or wise philosophers such as Winston Churchill or Aristotle are often given. I do occasionally, though, depart from the norm. Mine draws from lyrics of Neil Peart, the late lyricist and drummer for the Canadian rock band Rush. Now, I would hazard a guess that Rush songs are not often used in presidential installations. I also suspect my wife is wondering, what the heck is he doing? The main track of their 1978 album, Hemispheres, chronicles the clash between two Greek gods battling for the direction of humanity. Apollo seeking one only driven by logic and reason, and Dionysus seeking one of love and emotion, representing the two hemisides of being. In the end, the two gods realize it is not the heart or mind, but the hemispheres coming together. From the song lyric, "Let the truth of love be lighted, let the love of truth shine clear. Sensibility, armed with sense and liberty, with the heart and mind united in a single perfect sphere." The sphere being the uniting of the hearts and minds, coexisting in harmony for the betterment and development of humanity. This really is the essence of why this college exists. To enable both the mind and the heart of those that entrust us to develop them as complete people. To develop the mind while we ignite the heart, it's for our students, our employees, and the communities that we serve. I heard a statement once along the lines, "The world will never move slower than it does today." This is both terrifying and inspiring. Political populism, social media, technology, and many other forces and phenomena shape and drive the world we live in. We must embrace change while continuing to inspire our students, our employees, and the communities. And we must do so in the face of the rapidly swirling environment that we find ourselves in. The only constant, though, apart from change perhaps, is the person. It is somewhat ironic that as technology advances, automation and machine learning applications displace workers, that the role of the human becomes ever more important. Computers aren't curious, or innovative, or creative, or problem solvers, or empathetic. People are. Economic and social success is only achieved by people. People whose hearts and minds are inspired to meet those challenges. Leading and transforming education in Alberta has never been more critical than it is today. The college has a rich history in doing just that and has an increasing accountability to meet its obligations to those that it serves. How do we continue to be relevant? It is a weight of responsibility I take very seriously. Fortunately, it is not mine alone. Lethbridge College is filled with passionate, caring, and capable people, willing to expand their abilities, passionate about education. We all have the ability to lead. We have the spirit within us to continue to lead and transform ourselves and be the catalyst for that in those that we serve. Our future will be growth as a learning organization, forever expanding our capabilities that we are always relevant, ever vigilant of the needs of those that we serve. So I will now go work on a spreadsheet to figure out how to make all this happen. Thank you very much.
Cough medicine wore off. My apologies, Dr. Donaldson. There's my cough drop. All right. Thank you for those words. We know you are going to be a great leader for us, and we look forward to the next few years. To everyone here and everyone tuning in online, thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. Your attendance has made this celebration all the more meaningful. Since 2017, our college celebrations have been enhanced by the performance of the Lethbridge College Honor Song, a gift to us from our college singers, our Blackfoot singers and drummers, Troy and Julius Delaney. I will ask if you're able to rise for the playing of our honor song, and then remain standing as the platform party leaves the gym. Troy and Julius, please. For joining us here today. Platform party, please.